In the repair shop today,
all these bits of veneer need to be cut by hand.
Will is challenged by the delicate art of marquetry.
I have to move these pieces between heartbeats. It's so fragile, you can cause a lot of damage.
While Steve's on the scrounge,
Nothing here.
Not that you can
okay.
have, no.
repurposing wheels into wings.
Good. All I need to do now is glue it on somehow.
But first, Suzanne Knipe from the Wirral has lent some glitz and glamour to the repair shop.
This is like a chandelier puzzle, isn't it?
Well, hopefully the owner will have a much better idea than we have and will give us some clues.
She's hoping bright spark Mark Stuckey can shine some light on this dilapidated vintage beauty.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Now, this looks really special, and it's a bit of a puzzle for Mark. Where does this come from?
It's come from a house that my mum used to work in.
OK. What's your mum's name?
Pat.
Pat. So what did your mum do at this house, then?
She was a cleaner.
Right, so did you ever go to this house?
Yeah, regularly in the summer holidays. My sister and me used to go up to the house and my mum was cleaning, we'd polish the silver. So, yeah. It was very extravagant. There was, like, chandeliers in most rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Which felt like it was out of this world.
So how did your mum get this from the house, then?
Mrs Smith, she said my mum could have it. To my embarrassment, my mum had the chandelier and a four-poster bed in a council house.
OK.
Yeah, a bit embarrassing when friends come round. Maybe shut the door of mum's room so you don't actually see a four-poster bed on a chandelier.
Yeah, because you don't see that every day in a council
No.
estate. So what are the memories you have of the chandelier being in the house?
Well, it's seen quite a few events in its life. Mum and Dad celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary below it because Mum had had an operation, so she was in bed, so we all had to dive in and celebrate.
Oh, wow.
I got ready for my wedding underneath it. Mum fell through the loft.
Hold on a minute. Really? Hold on, that's a curveball there.
A leg just missed the chandelier.
OK.
So, yeah, definitely seen some action.
So how come it's down now? Why is it here?
Unfortunately, Mum and Dad passed away, so when we sold their house, I took it down because I'd known Mum would want me to have it.
At the moment, it's a little bit of a bag of bits.
Yes.
Is that because it came down in a rather sort of like as the Trotters when they tried to knock down the chandelier?
It's been sitting in a spare bedroom in mine.
Oh,
So,
OK.
and it is quite awkward when it's all put together.
Yeah.
It wobbles, and I don't know whether the electrics are legal.
Up to spec.
No, that's an easy bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you're wondering what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was when I was trying to think, well, I'll do something with it myself.
Right.
Would this originally had all these sort of little cups on them?
I think so. I think my mum decided she didn't like the look of them and
She threw them away?
threw them away. Sorry, Mum.
So, at the end, when this is all reassembled, what would you like it to look like?
I'll be happy just to have it working and be able to put it up because it's a shame.
Why do you want to get it done now, then?
It's been 10 years since my mum passed away in November.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be nice. Tribute to her.
Yeah. OK.
Yeah.
We'll do her proud.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing this in. And Mark, you've got enough to go on, haven't you? To put the puzzle back together?
I've got plenty to go on, yes.
Look forward to seeing it.
You take care.
Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To have the chandelier in my home and lit up, it'll be a really emotional time for me because Mum and Dad did light up our lives, so it'd be nice to switch it on.
Four-poster bed, chandelier in a council estate. Now, that's regal, isn't it? Yeah, that would have looked marvellous.
Yes.
So, you've got to check all of the wiring and try to put all this back together again.
Yeah,
haven't you?
basically, I've got to check the wiring to see if that it's going to be safe.
So you're confident you know how to put all of this stuff back together again?
You're three-quarters of it already assembled. 25%, you can work the rest of it out.
There's bits everywhere in
That's
there.
all right. That's the blingy bits.
OK, you sound confident.
I'll see you later.
All right.
Thanks very much. It's a fiddly little item because knowing how to turn it over without actually incurring any more damage, it's going to need very careful handling. It's well tried and trusted back from the early 1900s how lights work. But just because the process of how it's put together is simple, there's loads of wires, they have to work safely, and I've got to ensure that when it's fitted to the ceiling that it will stay there and give many years of pleasure. And I'm just literally just disconnecting everything there. There we go, that's that one. I always find it amazing that some inert object like this can have so much emotional attachment and history to the family. On its own, it means nothing. Together, it's a fantastic story, and that's what pushes me to want to get it right.
As Mark settles down to work on the chandelier, outside the next visitor also brings a once beautiful item in need of expert help. Stuart Rudder from Suffolk has a treasured piece that's going to see the fine woodwork skills of Will Kirk put to the ultimate test.
Hi, I'm Jay.
Stuart,
Oh,
pleased
Stuart.
to meet you, Jay.
I'm Will.
Will, pleased to meet you, Will.
What is that?
You might be able to guess what's wrong there. It's a tad unfortunate. It's a lovely little table that was my grandmother's. Yeah.
So where did your grandmother get this from?
My grandmother worked in service, and when she left, the people that owned the house gave it to her as a leaving present, and it stayed in the family ever since. When my father died, it came down to me.
This is a nice leaving present, though, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
not in this state, I think it's not, to be honest.
No.
So what's the earliest memories you have of this? Because you said it belonged to your grandmother.
Yes.
And obviously it must have been a prized possession.
Yeah.
Because this has got like mother of pearl on there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's proper special.
It was. It was always on display. When the light came through and hit this, it would just, you know, the pearlescence, it's just stunning.
that's
A beautiful first thing in the morning. So, yeah, it's always been there. Christmases, the christenings, weddings, funerals, you know, the good and the bad. So it does mean so much through the lineage of the family, you know, and my son Andrew
Yeah.
absolutely loves this little table.
Yeah.
That was his Lego table when he was at Mum and Dad's.
Yeah, yeah.
Andrew's 28 now. I said that I'd repair it for him and try and get it repaired. Well, I just couldn't do it. It was like a piece of puff pastry. It just flew everywhere, and I thought, no, I'm going to do more damage.
So how long has this been damaged for?
It was damaged about 7 years ago.
Right.
Dad, bless him, decided to cook something on a gas hob and then put the saucepan on top, and hence the damage that you can see.
But you said as a dad you're going to repair it for your son, and then you haven't been able to.
No.
Feel a bit bad?
So, yeah,
Jay,
naturally.
you just look bad about it.
You do. I mean, you make
I
a
would as
promise.
well. Yeah, you make a promise. I've done the same
to your kids. Yeah, exactly. I had a heart attack 2 years ago, and that kind of crystallises your mind a little bit to, you know, the more important things of life. And if anything can be done with it, then it would be handed straight to Andrew. And I can see him appreciating and using it while I'm still here, rather than when, you know, when I'm dead and gone.
So you're OK now, then?
Yeah, thankfully, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Without stating the obvious, what would you like me to do to the table?
Anything you can do to improve on its appearance would be, you know, gratefully received.
Well, you made a promise to your son, and I'll do the best that I can to make sure he can pass that on.
Fabulous, thank you.
I'll see you soon, but not too soon.
Thanks very much.
Later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's very dry.
Rough on the outside.
The table is always seen as that link between the generations. It saddens me to see the condition it's in at the moment, but, you know, you make a promise to one of your children, you want to fulfil that promise. So to be able to get it repaired and then hand it on to him would be a wonderful legacy for me.
So what do you reckon to this?
I'm slightly nervous.
You've got to do loads on this, really, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I should be able to stick down the bits that are lifting up.
Right.
Work out what's missing, replace that. Okay. Mother of pearl are missing. We've got loads of little triangles around the outside.
OK, I can get you some of that. And I know you can handle all of this, but that is the biggest problem, because there's no reference.
Tricky.
Yeah? I'll get the mother of pearl ordered.
I'll start thinking about what to put in the middle.
All right.
Lovely.
No
Cheers, Jay.
problem.
This is marquetry, and this is really thin layers of veneer that's been inlaid into the surface to create a beautiful pattern. On all these sort of corners here, they all look very similar to each other. Hopefully, I can use these patterns here and I can recreate what's missing there. The first thing I need to do is get this loose veneer stuck back down. I'm using some fish glue here. I tend to use fish glue for anything quite decorative because it's thinner than most of the wood glues that I use. It can really get into all those nooks and crannies. One thing about fish glue is that it smells really bad. It smells fishy, as you'd expect from fish glue.
Across the barn, Mark's been methodically sorting through the shambolic chandelier.
I'm going to make sure that all the appropriate pairs of bolts are present. There's nothing missing.
He's completely deconstructed it, but needs some assistance re-establishing its splendour.
Mark.
Hello, Brenton.
Jay said he wanted a hand with Suzanne's chandelier.
Yeah, basically, we've got a few little minor issues, if I give you that.
Thank you very much.
Cosmetically, they used to have like a cup at the bottom.
Oh, babeche.
If you say so.
OK.
What we need is some way to have it sort of blinged up a bit.
OK, I do bling.
These are becoming a little bit loose in their fittings.
Okay.
Some are so loose, in fact, they've already fallen out.
OK, so they won't re-adhering to
Yeah,
it. OK.
in some way. I look forward to seeing this dynamic change in the
I'll get on
look.
with it.
Thanks so much.
Mark.
See you soon.
I'd got these babeches to put on the arms of the chandelier as a bit more bling. This big pile of cut glass, which will cover the babeches and make it look really nice and shiny and chandelier-y. These, luckily, fit on here, and when this is silver-plated, it's going to look absolutely lovely. What I've got to do is I've got to drill some holes so that Mark can wire them on here. These are copper, and I just need to make them silver so that they look like the rest of the chandelier. I'm using the electroplating technique with some silver salts. So I need to have a connection on here to make a circuit, and then I just brush this on here, and you'll see immediately that that starts to go silver. So this is a little bit of alchemy, sort of water into wine or copper into silver.
We really do need to put an earth on. And to do that, it's got to have to go through the original shaft. It's obviously a restricted size. When you're working on a chandelier, unlike sort of normal electronic devices which are hidden, here all your work is visual, so you have to take a bit more thought on how you're going to lay out the wires to make sure they look neat and tidy. Fun part's going to be that I've got to get that cable through this moulded glass. One down, 5 to go.
While Mark continues to test his electrical wizardry, the next item requires the nifty mechanical know-how of Steve Fletcher. Serena Isaac is hoping he can resurrect a well-travelled item that's been entertaining children for over 50 years.
Hello.
Hi.
Right, what have you brought in?
So I have a runway toy. This here belongs to my mum.
Does your mum remember when this was given to her?
Yes, she was about 4 or 5. It was a Christmas present from her 2 uncles.
Right.
And she was living in Iraq.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
OK.
And it was bought from a toy shop in Baghdad. Yeah, so it was one of the few things that she brought with her when she moved over to London.
When did she move to London?
In 1995. We're Assyrians, so after the Iraq-Iran war, Assyrians kind of migrated all over the world, and that's when they decided to pack up and bring whatever they had with them. And this was one of the things that she decided to bring over.
That must have been quite distressing for your mum
Yeah.
to leave Iraq and leave a life that she had and to start a complete new life.
I think it was. It's difficult for anyone to pack up and leave a place where they have so many memories attached to it.
So this was a small fragment of her childhood that she brought back with her.
Exactly.
And did she play with this lots?
I think she did. She must have, because her and her brother ended up breaking the plane's ability to move around the circuit.
Yeah.
But for now, we can blame it on me because I further contributed to the damage caused.
Right, OK. So you played with this as a child?
Only once.
Only once?
Only once, and that was the first and last time. And I ended up breaking this little mechanism here and also broke the rear wing.
I've never seen anything like this before in my life, so this is going to be quite exciting.
It would mean a great deal to my mum to see it fixed and to have all those memories come back.
Is she excited about seeing it hopefully working again?
She has such a strong attachment to it. It reminds her of a very pleasant time. It reminds her of a very different Iraq to what we know now.
Yes.
And she's going to be so excited to come and collect it once it's done.
All right, OK, so she's going to come in as well.
She is.
Right, well, I hope I can get it working then, because I don't know what might be missing in the mechanism. So thank you very much for bringing it in.
Thank you so, so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
It's so important to my mum. It's such a sentimental toy. It's got so many memories attached to it. She's very excited at the prospect of it being fixed and to see it in full working order, something that she hasn't seen working for 50-odd years.
This is a fascinating toy from the 60s. The whole thing has been bent. And I think the aeroplane goes along this track and then stops there. And then you pull up this lever, I think, and then these 2 bars, it takes the plane over the top, and then it goes round and then stops there. I think that's how it works. I think the best thing to do now is just to straighten this out. I'm just going to have to gently manipulate it. The last thing I want to do is to damage any of the paintwork. If it were to crack, that would be awful, because the paint is in quite good condition. I don't think I'm going to get all the little dents out of it, but I'll get the majority out, and then I can set to and get the runway mechanism working.
As Steve prepares for takeoff, Will's work on the ornate marquetry table is well underway.
Right, everything has been sanded back, glued down, and now I'm going to place this pattern on the outside. The good thing is I know what's missing, because it's a repeat pattern from all of these other areas here. I'm going to start off by tracing out one of those areas now, then I can start cutting out the shapes. Right, well, that's my tracing done. What I need to do now is recreate that pattern in wood. Traditionally, this would have been made by gluing thin sheets of wooden veneer together in different colours. Then you'll put your pattern on the top. You'll then cut that shape out, and once you have, you're left with lots of tiny pieces. You can then piece those together like a jigsaw puzzle, and then you're left with a nice two-tone pattern, and that's what I'm about to do now.
The Egyptians were using inlaid wood veneers 3,000 years ago to decorate thrones, chests, and other furniture. But it wasn't until the mid-1500s, with the invention of the fret saw enabling more precise cutting of delicate veneers, that marquetry developed into a sophisticated art form.
It's quite fine work, so I really need to take my time and not rush. Right, so that should now fall apart into lots of lovely small puzzle pieces. So I'm just going to use this scalpel blade here just to help ease them apart. Let's just see if they fit. I almost have to move these pieces between heartbeats because it's so fragile. Any slight move and you can cause a lot of damage. Let's see how it looks on the table now. It's a really good match. I'm going to get that stuck down. I'm going to replace all the other components there, and then I'll move on to the middle part. All these really small, minute bits of veneer need to be cut by hand. Ultra fine work, but it's going to be worth it.
Over on Mark's bench, there's light at the end of his tunnel.
This is a bit where it starts becoming a whole chandelier again. This is, I'm sure, how Suzanne would have remembered it. It's fun to see it slowly come together. When I've got these arms in, I'll be able to test it out.
The chandelier was the prized possession of Suzanne's late mother, Pat, and happy family memories were made beneath it. But the lights went out, and Suzanne and her daughter Grace have returned, hoping Mark has got its sparkle back.
Feeling quite nervous and excited at the same time to collect the chandelier. And I've been thinking a lot about my mum lately, and we've been talking a lot about her, haven't we?
Yeah, she meant a lot to me, my nan. She was like one of my best friends.
Definitely lit up a room when she came in, didn't she?
How you doing, Suzanne? You all right?
Hi, thank you. This is Grace, my daughter.
Hi.
Oh, how you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, yeah.
Welcome to the barn.
Oh, thank you.
We've loved having the chandelier here, and hopefully we've done Mum proud.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Really excited.
Oh, my God.
So are we.
That's so cool. This is really nice. Yeah. Thank you. God.
It's a pleasure.
Mum would be absolutely thrilled. Yeah, just that'd be straight back on the ceiling, that one.
It's funny, because when I was working on it, I wasn't thinking Suzanne. Well, I've got to get this right for Suzanne. I was thinking, well, Pat.
Yeah.
Got to get it right. Got to get it right.
Oh, yeah. No, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Yeah. And be proud to put that on my house. Really proud.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it lit up?
Oh, God, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
can.
Oh, it's
It looks so good.
fantastic.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mark.
It's been a real pleasure.
Grace, you're quite emotional about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd take it after my mum.
Mum would be.
Really, really thrilled. Yeah, she would. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy to see it. Yeah.
Suzanne, what we're going to do is get this wrapped up really, really safely for you and delivered back to your house. Is that all right?
That's great.
Well,
Thank you very
both.
much.
Safe journey home.
Take care now.
And you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well done.
As soon as they've uncovered the chandelier, all the emotion come pushing forward, and how happy my mum would have been to have seen it.
Seeing something of hers again, you know, the way it was just awesome. It's so cool.
Felt like Mum was in the room with us. So every time I turn that light on, when it's in my bedroom, my mum's going to always be with me.
Back inside, and Steve's in his element.
Amazing.
Tinkering away with the launching mechanism of that grounded 1960s aeroplane.
You got it working, didn't you?
I have. I've just bent this building back and actually putting the aeroplane on it.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. You mixed it. Now it's going to go off. I like this.
It's great, isn't it?
It's a brilliant toy.
Yeah, yeah. Serena's never seen this working. So I can't wait to see her face. And her mum is just going to be so excited, I'm sure.
Yeah. If it brings as much joy to Serena as it has to me just now, she's going to be over the moon.
Absolutely.
Keep going, Steve. Nice one.
I'm just going to make a start on repairing this aeroplane now. It's got a clockwork mechanism in here, and I need to know why it's not working. So I need to take it apart, get inside, and to do that, I need to just drill out these two little rivet eyelets that are in the wings here. I'm not running the drill very fast because I don't want the old rivets to get really hot because it will just melt the plastic as well. So I see actually here we've got some springs, some helical springs that actually go round to the propellers. This one propeller here, the actual helical spring has twisted up as if someone's turned the propeller round and round. So I'll need to do something about that. You can see actually that there's a break in the mainspring. I'm just going to see if I can actually take the mainspring out without taking the whole mechanism apart. The end of the mainspring broken into so many bits. Whenever I had any mechanical toys as a child, and if they broke, I would take it straight apart. I sometimes got them back together and got them working, but a lot of the times I didn't. The spring that drives the propeller is all tangled up. There's no way that I can buy a spring like this. Fortunately, guitar string, but it's just the right thickness. So I'm going to make another spring now by putting it in my lathe. Basically, wrapping it round a small rod of metal. When I'm doing this, I've got to make sure that I keep the same amount of tension on the whole time. Otherwise, the spring would be uneven. Right, that should do. Good. Right, got the two propellers working. I've just got to make a new tailplane there that's broken off and missing. I've decided I'm going to find a piece of plastic the right colour of this plane to actually make the new tailplane.
What are you looking for, Steve?
Just looking for a piece of plastic like that.
Steve?
Yeah. Have you found anything like this? No? Nothing here?
Not
No,
that you can
okay.
have, no.
I've actually managed to find a wheel, and I think it's going to be the right colour underneath. So it just means that I can cut a little piece of this out, make a new tailplane, go and put this back, no one will ever know. Good. All I need to do now is just try and glue it on somehow, or fix it on somehow.
On the neighbouring workbench, Will's meticulous marquetry has reached a critical juncture.
I'm now thinking about this centrepiece here. I've done a bit of research. Actually, I've done a lot of research. And this is the closest image to what would have been there. And this is what I'm going to use as a template to replace what was missing. I can also see there are tiny bits of mother of pearl, so I know what the material is that needs to be replaced. I'm going to start getting that design onto paper. I'm going to cut those little bits of tracing paper out, stick them onto the sheet of mother of pearl, and I can cut them out. I really like working with mother of pearl. It's formed on the inside of a shell belonging to a freshwater mussel or an oyster. It's so thin, it's almost thinner than an eggshell. And trying to cut that with a blade is incredibly tricky. This table has been so much work. But I do really enjoy anything that comes into the barn. Looking like it's unsalvageable, it's going to go into the skip. Lots of work involves getting it back together. That's the last piece in. The centre is now finished. This has been such a labour of love, but I think it's really paid off. I'm going to seal this in now with a coat of polish that I can get it over to Andy and Stuart.
Once a cornerstone of family gatherings, this ornately crafted table had fallen victim to accidents and old age. Owner Stuart is hoping it can now be passed on to a fourth generation, his son, Andrew.
The table takes me back to my grandparents, you know, the memories of those times 50 years ago. There's a lot in that little bit of wood, you know, that means an awful lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you as well.
So it's going to be back to life?
Brought back to life, you're right.
Yeah, very exciting. Christmas.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas Day moment. Hello, how we doing?
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hello, Jay. Hello, Will. That's my son, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
So, if I remember rightly, Stuart, you said as a dad you're going to repair it for your son.
Yes, yeah, trying to.
No, you did it. You've done the dadly thing. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Andy, so you remember seeing it in a bit of a condition that it was in before?
The middle was, it had to be covered, really.
Yeah.
It went straight through a couple of layers.
I'm really nervous. This is the first thing I've actually been really nervous about.
Really?
Yeah.
He did say he'd get it back to pristine condition, though.
Did I say that?
I think you did, Will.
I think we should have a look.
Yes, please.
Yes. Right.
Good grief. Wow. That's amazing. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you. It's just stunning.
Taking you back a bit?
Yeah, it just takes me back 50 years. No, that is just absolutely amazing. Just literally took my breath away.
That's nice.
And transports you back to that time with people around you that you love.
How did you do the middle section? Because that was completely gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had very little to go by, apart from a sort of slight outline of a shape. And I hope It's what was originally there and what you remember.
It is back to how I remember it as a child. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well done.
Brilliant.
So impressed. It's just stunning. Thank you so, so much.
Andy, now that you're the custodian of the table, where is it going to go?
It should be on display, really. It will have pictures on, all the grandparents. It'll be a picture table.
Hold on, I just saw something. You said he's going to have it, but Dad hasn't given it to him. You've got to hand it over to him, because now it's repaired. That's already fitting, isn't it? You've got to do the honours.
Dare touch it. There you go, it's yours. Look after. Love it. I'm sure you will. I know you will.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Make sure it gets back in one piece.
It will. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both.
Cheers, thanks.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye. Well done, man.
I just cannot believe how wonderful it looks now. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. It just took me back 50 years. You just see the faces, you hear the laughter and the fun associated with that little table all those years ago. And it's got life again.
And it will live on for the future.
Many years to come, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
4 generations now of the family and going on. It's tremendous.
Steve's at the end of a long haul, repairing the vintage toy runway and plane.
I'm just going to pop the new mainspring in and just going to feed it in, wind it up, and hopefully get the clockwork mechanism working. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. Good, I'm really, really pleased with that. I just need to pop the rivets in, clean it all up, and yeah, it's done. Fantastic. So pleased.
This delightful toy was the prized childhood possession of Serena's mother, May, and one of the few things she brought with her when she left her life in Iraq.
This one was my special toy. I'm looking forward to see it again, working. I feel very excited, yeah.
It made me so happy to see my mum reunited with something that holds such a sentimental value.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
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 How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Excited to see my toy, hopefully, running again.
So this toy reminds you of a good time back in Iraq, yeah?
Beautiful time, yes. I remember my childhood and my dad, my mom, my uncles. Secure time. When I used to play with my brother. It is very special for me.
Special memories, yeah? You're looking right down, you want to see it. You're like, come on, come on. Yeah. Steve, we have to let us see it. Or...
OK, yeah. I'll let you have a look. There we are.
Oh, it's flat. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Wow. How's that?
The wing that I broke.
Can we?
Oh, yes, please do.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah?
I remember I do.
There's a little lever. That's...
I remember this bit. Oh.
When was the last time you saw that?
Oh. 50 years ago. Yeah.
You can see now why my uncle fought over who got to play with it. There's definitely a sense of thrill.
Yes.
How does it feel to see it working again now?
Happy. It really takes me to my childhood.
You've done such a wonderful job, Steve.
Thank you
Such
very
a
much.
wonderful job. I'll have a go.
Oh, you let her have a go?
Are you
Yes,
trusting
yeah,
me?
yeah,
I think I'm old enough now.
Isn't that fun?
It's so fun.
It is fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Bless her.
Thanks, Mum.
Thank you for bringing it in. I hope that it's going to carry on being so special for you.
Thanks to you. You did an amazing job.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
To see it now in kind of its full glory is really special, because I really do get that kind of glimpse into my mum's childhood.
It reminds me when I was sitting with my mom and dad and uncles. Thanks to Steve for bringing all these old memories again.